Well, I'm going to go ahead and start. Congratulations. Let me be the first to say congratulations, and I want to give a warm welcome to everybody who is here watching live stream. This is really a wonderful time for FMCA because we have another class of graduates, and wow. I can just feel your energy. You have worked really hard for this certification and you are ready to make a difference. So I want you to think back to that very first day. Remember logging in. Now, you came to FMCA because you had a calling to serve people, to help people create better health. And that first day, you may have wondered, will I be a good coach? Did I make the right decision to be here? What will my career be like? Will I have clients? A lot of doubts. But keep in mind that you had that calling. So think back to where you were that first day logging in, but now how far you have come. What have you gained? And I know that you have gained a lot of knowledge. You've gained coaching skills, you've gained confidence, and you have gained, most importantly, connection with everybody here in our FMCA community. And so you are now ready to go out and serve others at the highest level. So you came to us from all different places, different backgrounds. You have different ideas on who you want to serve, where you want to work. But you have this one thing in common, that is you are mission driven. And when that is how you come to your work, that means that it's guaranteed to be, you will be successful. So what do you do now? Simply go out and tell your story. Tell everybody you know, all of your social media followers as well, everybody you communicate with. Chance encounters in your communities, people and the healthcare professionals that you may know. Let them all know what a health coach does and let them know the power of health coaching. But you're not alone. So never think that you're doing this alone. You are part of a community, because FMCA is not just a program where you get a certificate. It is a lifelong community, and we are here for you. And everybody who you connected with, people in your cohort group and people in the wider FMCA community are here for you. And for me personally, one of the greatest joys that I get in my role as CEO is hearing from you, hearing about your successes and supporting you, supporting your wins. This whole community is about that, cheering each other on. So stay in touch, because we together have a shared mission. We all know how broken our healthcare system is. We all know how impersonal care has become, and what you have is that ability to listen, and people really need to be seen and heard. So we are going to go out there and have this strong mission to fulfill. So again, on behalf of the entire FMCA community, I want to say congratulations. You are functional medicine certified health coaches. And now we have a very special speaker. Our speaker today is Dr. Pedram Shojai. You are New York Times bestselling author known as the Urban Monk. He is a doctor of Oriental medicine, a Taoist abbot, filmmaker, creator of powerful documentaries and programs that help people reclaim their time, energy, and purpose. So join me in welcoming Dr. Pedram.
It is nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me to speak. I'm very passionate about this, and I am very excited for everyone here because, look, we live in interesting times, and there is a lot swirling out there for the people you're trying to help. Um, the attention economy is competing for every ounce of attention that you need them to be putting on their diet, their lifestyle, their breath work. There's something else pulling them away. And it has become pervasive, obviously. We live in an era where there are food issues, ag issues, ongoing time compression, right? So we're asking them to fold their time back on their lives, their priorities, the things that matter to them in a meaningful way. And there are so many things competing for that same time. And we also live in an era where there's this huge amount of hype around this thing called AI, right? And, I'm sure every one of you on this call is feeling, look, is there going to be an AI health coach that's going to, render me irrelevant? Is this something that is, coming after me? Do I have to be looking over my shoulder? And we do a lot I have a telemedicine group, and we have health coaches, and I've been in this space for a very long time. And I just want to share some insight with you all because I've been on the other side of this for going on 20 years, right? Like I'm in the trenches, and I could definitively say that people need you now more than ever. And what I can tell you, we have emphasized over at the Urban Monk, and I've doubled down on this last year, and I will continue to double down on this, is this notion of analog versus digital. Everyone is so excited about AI. Everyone is so excited about the digital delivery and, more data, more information, crunch, 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 where all the gadgets and, everything's going to be solved. And I could tell you that that sounds great, but the humans out there that are reaching out to you, that are begging for some form of connection, actually need the human in you. Now, there's this really interesting place where you live in a world where the tools are at your disposal. And I'm in no way a Luddite. We use a ton of AI. We have sharpened our knives to use the tools to free up the coaches to be increasingly more present and there for the humans on the other line that are actually craving human connection. So, yes, you do have to learn AI, 100%. It's an incredible tool. Yes, you have to be familiar with the gadgets and the tools and all these things, but that's effectively where that ends, because if those things were to deliver on the promise, they would just go use that and never need coaching. But we're finding that more and more people are asking for coaching, begging for coaching, needing coaching. So what is the element, the je ne sais quoi of that analog piece that makes your position in this economy, this ecology, so relevant and so special? Is that they do not have people in their lives that can actually listen to them and hear them. They live in a world where nobody is present, nobody is aware, and nobody is immune from this constant barrage of distractions. And so they're floundering. And what that means is they need you more than ever to be the center of the storm, the eye of the hurricane. So what that has done for me as a clinician and a practitioner, what that's done for the dozens of health coaches and doctors on my team, is my huddles are all about bringing our people back to their center. It is on us to be present. It is on us to be aware. It is on us to hear that thing that they just said that becomes the clue into why they're eating the way they're eating or behaving the way they are. And so we have to be ready to receive these folks coming in. We're like the MASH unit. They're coming in from a crazy world. And we have to hold that center, which means we have to understand what we're doing. We have to have our systems organized, all the things that you've learned over with Sandy and this wonderful education. I'm a big fan of FMCA and what you all are doing here and what you've gone through. But from there on, the human on the other side of that Zoom call, that phone call, whatever it is, however you're engaging with these folks, that human has to have taken the time to chew their food that morning. That human needs to have taken their deep breaths. That human has to have done their mental and their spiritual hygiene. That human should have probably slept when they should have slept and kept the circadian rhythm that they are recommending, right? So it's on us to be the example, and it's on us to be the center in a world that is so chaotic that they need you desperately more than ever. And I can tell you this because I've been around the block. The more you do this, the better you are at this, the more true value you end up creating in the world, in the ecology of this system that you're in. And the world remunerates that value with abundance and riches. I know you just graduated. It's time to hang up a shingle, go out there, bang on doors, and make money. But I beg you to remember why you got into this in the first place, because when we all come out, we're like, man, hey, I gotta make a living at this. Let's go. And you start chasing the money, and it's important. Look, it's important to be savvy about business. It's important to ask for referrals. It's important for all of that. But I beg you to hold your center, because eventually you'll come back to this. It just might take 5 years of your life. Hold your center and deliver tremendous value and help the person in front of you in the moment they are in front of you. And that in and of itself will generate a goodwill spiral that gets them to talk. And then that's where the referrals come. You could either go buy, and look, you're talking to someone who spends hundreds of thousands a month in Facebook advertising. I know the CPA value of each individual client, and as a bigger business, man, it's a street fight. But you know what's the best possible outcome is to help somebody and get 3 referrals because you did them right. And that will build your business in such a meaningful, pure, and ethical way that you will become busy and you will thrive. And you will be able to use that, the good work and the effort that you did, as a launching pad for the rest of your career. I want to thank you for doing this work. The world needs more coaches. The world needs you. I urge you to put the oxygen mask on first, because you're going to hit a bumpy ride. There's turbulent times. People are freaking out. And you being the calm in the middle of the storm creates the value of that analog piece that everyone's missing in a digital world. And you can then connect heart to heart with the individuals that need you in the present moment. And the more I see that happen, the more radical transformation I'm seeing in our clients, our patients. So I've been actually just, there's 2 things. It's a yin and yang. Yes, we use the AI. Yes, we do all of these things to be better and more efficient and smarter. But we also really emphasize slowing down, being present, and being the human that needs to be on the other side of that call. And the tasteful balance that we all have to strike there is going to really shift the way your practice will go, and it will really help us shift this weird, sick healthcare economy, which is predicated on things that are just not working anymore, right? So you are at the tip of the spear, but your health and your sanity and your balance will drive the outcomes. So I want to congratulate you all for doing the work that you did. The world is ready for you. We're all ready for you. I love graduates of this school. I think you all have gone through the best education that is available for health coaching. And the fact that you're graduating today means the world's in a healthier, safer place because all of you are now ready to hang up a shingle and get out there and help. So I want to thank you all. Sandy, thank you for the time and keep up the good work. I'm very, very happy that you're on this side of this graduation.
Oh, Pedram, that was outstanding. Wow. That so powerful. Thank you so much. You are a valued part of our community, trusting us to find you, your health coaches. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for the ongoing work that you're doing. Just keep it up. I love everything you're doing here.
Thank you, Dr. Pedram Shojai, everybody.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Congratulations.
Thank you. And now we have another very special speaker. Her name is Anna Wolen, and she is a graduate of FMCA, and she is going to say some words. So we will bring on Anna. There you are. Hi, Anna. Hello. We can hear you loud and clear, and take it away.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be here today. It truly means a lot. To the graduates, congratulations. This is a meaningful milestone. And I want you to take a moment to really feel that. You showed up, you stayed curious, you did the inner work, and now you are stepping into a new role in the world. That matters more than you may realize right now. We are living in a time when many people feel confused, disconnected, and unsure who to trust. There's so much information, so many opinions, and yet so many people still feel lost in their own bodies and lives. And that's exactly why you are needed. Not just as health coaches, not just as guides for nutrition or lifestyle, but as people who help others remember who they are. Your presence alone, your ability to listen, to hold space, to stay regulated, is already medicine. Here's something I've learned after decades in medicine and now in coaching. Most people don't change because they receive more information. They change because they feel seen. They change because they feel safe. They change because someone believes in them when they've forgotten how to believe in themselves. Your role is not to fix anyone. Your role is to help people reconnect with their inner wisdom, their resilience, and their capacity to heal. You help them move from external motivation, fear, pressure, guilt into internal motivation. I choose this. I matter. I am capable of change. That shift changes everything. Let me share something personal. For over 3 decades, I practiced conventional and functional medicine. I helped thousands of patients and I truly cared deeply. But over time, I began to notice something. Even when lab values improved, people felt better. They still felt stuck, exhausted, disconnected from themselves. At the same time, life brought me profound personal changes, challenges, loss, deep grief, and moments that forced me to slow down and look inward. That's when I realized that healing is not just biochemical, it's emotional, spiritual, neurological. It is about identity. That realization led me to functional medicine coaching and deep inner work. I had to reinvent myself, step into uncertainty, and trust that there was more possible, not just for my clients, but for me. And that journey taught me this: transformation always begins inside. Today, you are receiving a baton. It's a baton of trust, a baton of compassion, a baton of responsibility. And now you get to carry it forward into your families, your communities, your practices, and your clients' lives. Every conversations you have, every client you sit with, every moment you choose presence over rushing, that is how transformation spreads. Quietly, gently, powerfully. One of the things I care deeply about is that real healings happens when we honor both the inner world, like thoughts, emotions, nervous system, beliefs, and the outer world, biology, hormones, inflammation, metabolism, environment. And we have to realize people are not broken. Their bodies are often protecting them. Their nervous system are often doing their best to keep them safe. When we understand that, we meet our clients with compassion instead of judgment. And that compassion opens the door to change. Through my own journey, including neuroscience-based meditation work, I've learned that change doesn't start with willpower. It starts with awareness. It starts when someone realizes, I don't have to stay who I have been. I can become someone else now. And as coaches, you get to witness those moments. You get to walk beside people as they rewrite their stories. This is sacred work. There will be days when you wonder if you are making a difference. On those days, remember this: you may never fully see the ripple effects of your presence, but a client's child may grow up healthier because of you. A marriage may soften because of you. A person may rediscover because of one conversation with you. That matters. So, as you graduate today, I invite you to lead with your heart. Stay curious, stay humble, keep doing your own inner work. Trust your intuition, and never underestimate the power of simply being fully present with another human being. The world doesn't just need more information. It needs more embodied, compassionate, grounded guides. And that is who you are becoming. Congratulations. I am so honored to walk this path alongside you. Thank you.
Oh, Anna, thank you so much. What a powerful message you have to impart. And I remember when we had our first conversation over the
Yes.
phone, and you were unsure, as a physician, is coaching for me? And wow, thank you. Thank you for choosing FMCA, and thank you for being here with us today, and the beautiful words that I know has inspired all of our graduates who are listening. So
Okay,
thank you.
thank you. Thank you all.
And now I'm going to bring up our next speaker, who also has a very, very powerful message. Our graduate speaker, Brittany Stewart. Welcome, Brittany, and congratulations.
Thanks so much, Dr. Sandy. Appreciate it. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. I am proud to be one of this year's graduates. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to FMCA for the opportunity to speak during this celebration. Congratulations to my fellow graduates on our achievement. We're officially functional medicine certified health and wellness coaches. Over the last year, our cohort has been on quite the journey. Together, we've integrated countless hours of video lessons, readings, and assignments into how we view health and the discipline of coaching. We've engaged in 36 live training sessions where we built community and practiced our skills and also vulnerability. We navigated webinars and office hours where the dynamic world of functional medicine, coaching, and the wellness industry came together. And we conducted countless practice coaching sessions where we moved from the theory to the live realities of meaningful human connection. Through this work, we didn't just learn a curriculum. We witnessed the transformative power of coaching in action with others and within ourselves. We rediscovered and celebrated our own internal strengths and values, each found our personal growth edges, and continually challenged ourselves to show up in big and small ways in pursuit of this certification. Many of us completed this certification while also working, organizing, parenting, caregiving, and prioritizing our own health. It is not easy to do all of those things on a normal day, let alone while also completing rigorous schoolwork, but we did it. Today, we celebrate that hard work. Years ago, when I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, I didn't know health and wellness coaches existed. I was navigating a complex system, unaware that there was someone who could serve as the bridge between my clinical diagnosis and a daily life that actually felt good. My own firsthand experience with disease and utilizing functional medicine to manage it has been one of my greatest teachers. It became the driving force behind my decision to become a certified coach to help others center their health with confidence. Enrolling in this program is one of the best investments I've ever made in myself and my community. It represents a major milestone in a personal transformation, not only as a professional looking to change careers and make a more meaningful contribution with my work, but as someone living and thriving with chronic illness. Today, FMCA is at the forefront of changing the narrative, proving that sustainable lifestyle changes are the true cornerstone of health. For me, this journey has been a source of profound validation. It has normalized the idea that prioritizing self-care isn't selfish or weird. It is a fierce superpower. It is resilience in practice, even on the days when it feels the hardest. I am so grateful that FMCA has raised the profile of this profession, ensuring that a growing vanguard of skilled coaches, like every graduate here today, is available to support others through their own big health and life transitions. Because the most vital lesson we can share with our clients is this: you do not have to figure it out on your own. We are the partners who support when the path feels steepest, when change feels too difficult and overwhelming. We don't arrive with a rigid map. Instead, we join our clients to discover what optimal health uniquely looks and feels like for them. We are the bridge between a clinical recommendation and the beautiful, messy reality of a life well lived. I have to confess, during the first few weeks of the program, I was worried. I was worried about not being the expert in the room. I was nervous about asking open-ended questions and letting the client lead. I remember thinking, if the client has all the answers and they don't need any from me, how will we get anywhere? I know I wasn't alone in that fear, but FMCA taught me the most liberating truth. We are not the experts, and thank goodness for that. Our role is not to provide the answers, but to provide the space and support for exploration, to help the client cultivate the answers within. We've learned to stay curious longer than we think we need to. This often means staying with the silence and the stillness, because that is where the good stuff lives. To coach the person, not the problem. We've seen firsthand that people rarely need to be told what to do. They need the time, the space, and the radical patience required to hear their own inner wisdom and have it reflected back to them. This is the heart of coaching. Every client is a gift, and every session is an opportunity to witness the power of human connection. When we show up with presence, we awaken our clients to their own power and agency. The late Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "The most precious gift we can offer anyone is our attention. When mindfulness embraces those we love, they will bloom like flowers." Fellow coaches, we are now equipped with the tools to offer that attention, to listen, to validate, and to empower. I cannot wait to see the healing impact you will create in the world and what flowers will bloom because of your care and presence. Functional medicine teaches us that everything is connected. Nothing exists in isolation. Looking back on this year, it's clear that our growth wasn't just a personal achievement, it was a collective effort. To our families, friends, partners, and loved ones, thank you for being our foundation. While we were deep diving into the nuances of the elimination diet or the intricacies of the stress response, you were the ones helping to keep our daily lives running. You navigated our long study hours and the practice coaching sessions we forced upon you with grace. Your patience and encouragement were the quiet forces that kept us moving forward, even in our moments of doubt. We could not have done this without you, and we're so grateful for your support as we pursue this path of spreading health and healing to others. On a personal note, to my own family and friends, I'm deeply grateful to share this moment with you. Thank you for your love and unwavering belief that helped carry me through this process. You witnessed the uncertainty, the hard work, the growth, and the breakthroughs. You supported me through the stress and challenges and celebrated every little win, always reminding me why I began this journey in the first place. A sincere thank you to Dr. Sandy, the FMCA staff, and our teachers, speakers, and mentors. We appreciate the immense amount of work that goes on behind the scenes to make this education possible. To our live training session facilitators, thank you for your guidance and providing the space we needed to put coaching principles into action. You didn't just teach us the how, you showed us the heart of coaching and helped us find our own voices as coaches. To my cohort leader, Lucretia, thank you for your mentorship. I am so grateful to have been a part of your group. Your steady presence and insightful perspective gently challenged me and my fellow cohort members to look deeper, not just into the material, but into ourselves. You didn't just help us become better coaches, you helped us become more intentional, compassionate humans. To my fellow cohort members, our small groups are what made this experience so special. We didn't just learn the material, we shared our vulnerability, our growth, and our aha moments. Thank you for the grace you extended and for the genuine care you showed one another. The opportunities ahead of us are wide open. This certification provides a versatile foundation that allows each of us to find a path that fits our unique strengths and goals. The landscape for health and wellness coaching is expanding, and there are so many ways to make a lasting impact. Many of us will follow the collaborative model, partnering with functional medicine practitioners to help clients bridge the gap between a doctor's recommendation and their actual daily habits. Others may bring functional health principles into the corporate workplace to support employee well-being and prevent burnout. Some of us will build our own businesses focused on specific areas that speak most to us, like gut health, hormonal balance, or autoimmune support. And I hope we all find ways to support our communities through workshops and group programs, making functional wellness more accessible to everyone. No matter what's next for you, the need for our unique skill set has never been greater. The world truly needs more people who listen and coach with the attention and depth we've been trained to provide. I wish you all the very best as you take the next step. Congratulations again to my fellow graduates on becoming functional medicine certified health and wellness coaches. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Brittany. That was just a wonderful, inspiring message. And I'm so, so proud to say that you are an FMCA graduate. And I'm so proud to everybody who is graduating. Our community is so special. And speaking of special, I can't wait to introduce our next speaker. Her name is Melanie Mambo, and she was one of our scholarship recipients, and she's going to say a few words. Welcome, Melanie. I think you're muted.
Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
there you go.
Good evening, everyone. Faculty, fellow graduates, family, and friends. As one of the FMCA Impact Scholarship recipients for the March 2025 cohort, I'm truly honored to have been selected to share some of my thoughts and my experience as a graduate. It feels both surreal and truly rewarding to be able to publicly celebrate our achievements. A year ago, we began this journey with anticipation of what was ahead. And here we are now, having been transformed by the encounters we have had and the insights we have gained. This year was not just about learning how to coach. It was about becoming someone new. When I started at the FMCA, I thought I was enrolling to gain knowledge, protocols, tools, behavior change strategies, and frameworks. And yes, this information was obtained. We learned how to listen differently, how to ask meaningful questions. We learned how to see the body, not as a collection of symptoms, but as a story waiting to be understood. But what I didn't expect was that the greatest case study of this year would be my own life. Midway through the program in July, my dad sadly passed away after an 8-year battle with colon cancer. Grief has a way of bringing to the surface what has been ignored. It interrupts your plans. It forces you to confront what is fragile and what is eternal. There were moments when I questioned whether I could continue, whether I had the emotional capacity to hold space for others while my own heart felt heavy. But what I discovered is that the learnings up until this stage had been preparing me for this very event. The foundational coaching principles were exactly what helped me to keep putting one foot in front of the other. I breathed, I meditated, I honored the emotions that poured out. I was kind to myself. I trusted that the process of grief, similar to change, would not be linear, and some days would be better than others. Being kind to myself has in turn helped me to be kind to others, to clients, friends, family, and strangers alike. I practiced self-compassion before coaching it. And somewhere in that tenderness, I began to understand something even deeper about our work as coaches. Functional medicine health coaching is much deeper than approaches and plans and routines. It's about humanity. It's about sitting across from another person and saying, your story matters. It's about believing that even in the midst of loss or burnout, confusion, there is capacity for healing. As coaches, we are invited into sacred spaces, into conversations people may not have had with anyone else, into moments where someone admits, sometimes for the first time, what they truly feel. And what we bring is presence, curiosity, and partnership. There were days this year when I pondered how what we were learning would make a difference in the world. The global health challenges feel so large. Chronic disease rates are rising, healthcare systems are stretched. Communities are navigating trauma, inequity, and change. It can feel overwhelming. But here is what I believe. Transformation rarely begins at scale. It begins in a single conversation. It begins when one person feels heard instead of judged, when one community shifts their patterns because someone finally asked, what matters most to you? And that is the power that we carry. Even if we're working in small clinics, community centers, private practices, or even from a laptop at our kitchen table, our work is significant. Even when it feels quiet or when the change is subtle and no one applauds, because each of us is that ripple in our various corners of the world, across countries, cultures, and communities. We are a part of something much bigger than ourselves. We are a part of a growing movement that believes health is not merely the absence of disease, but the presence of vitality, agency, and connection. We are translating science into compassion. We are turning knowledge into empowerment. We are helping people remember that their bodies are not broken, they are communicating. And we do this not just with what we've learned in modules or mentorship calls, but with what we have become. Our personal experiences matter. Our grief matters. Our healing journeys matter. Our cultural perspectives matter. We carry our lived experiences into our coaching rooms, and they become bridges of empathy, relatability, and understanding. What once felt like our hardest chapters often become the very places from which we serve most authentically. Losing my dad did not derail this journey. In many ways, it deepened it. It reminded me that time is precious, that conversations surrounding well-being are not trivial. They are life-altering. It reminded me why this work is urgent and why it's sacred. So to my fellow graduates, on the days when the work feels slow, when building your practice feels uncertain, or if imposter syndrome creeps in, remember this: you're not just a coach, you're a catalyst. You're a witness to change. You're a steward of hope, and you're not alone. We are connected by this training, by this philosophy, and by a shared commitment to whole person healing and care. We are a part of a global network of professionals who believe that listening is powerful, that behavior change is possible, and that compassion belongs at the center of healthcare. My hope for us all is that we continue to practice what we preach, that we care for our own bodies and surround ourselves with community, that we measure success not only in revenue or recognition, but in integrity and impact, because impact is not always loud, but it is enough. To the faculty and mentors, thank you for equipping us not only with skills, but with the confidence and conviction that we needed at this time. To our family and friends, Thank you for supporting late night studying, practice sessions, and the emotional stretching that this year required of us. And to my cohort, it's been an honor to grow alongside you. May we go forward remembering that even in our individual corners of the world, we are threads in a much larger tapestry, a tapestry of healing, of courage, and of possibility. And to my dad, your journey mattered. And I promise to apply the wisdom that your story enriched me with to help others on their path to wholeness. To my partner, Paul, and my daughter, Zuri, thank you for your love and encouragement. I love you both. Thank you, Dr. Sandy, and the entire team at the FMCA and the Institute of Functional Medicine. To Manaz, our amazing course facilitator, your dedication and compassion is truly appreciated. And I would also like to extend my gratitude to the Volo Foundation. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Vogel, for supporting real change within underserved communities across the world. And finally, I'd like to give all the glory, honor, and praise to God, for it is only by his grace that I am here before you all today. Thank you.
Thank you for your beautiful words, and so moving. So thank you. And I seem to be unable to start my video. So oh, here we got it now. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Congratulations on graduating, and I just can't wait to hear the wonderful impact that you will have in this world. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
You. And now get your handkerchiefs out. We have a very special video, and we are going to play that for you now. That never fails to move me to tears. Wow. Again, congratulations to graduates. I want to thank all of our speakers for today and to say that now is the time to go out and spread the word about the power of what you do. It really is true that you are the most important person on that collaborative care team. You are key to behavior change. And so tell everybody what you do, and you will have tremendous, tremendous impact. The world needs your voice, your compassion, your light. So go out and shine. Congratulations, everybody.